question is, what's going to happen? Looks like I might have already been here. Hello, my name is Saket, and we are playing TNP Limitless 5. And I may just have been able to demonstrate whatever is happening with Looter when I crash and I end up in a backup. And it looks like I might have already gone through the chest. It's hard to say for sure. I wanted to check and see. Okay, we've got at least one loot bag's worth of pieces in here. Where are they? There they are. And we got a couple more quests completed. We got another cake? We got another cake. Okay, so no more loot bag pieces, but at least we can put these two together and see what they may contain. And this one contains lag. May have only contained lag. We got a brown concrete attic roof and something from XNet, which looks like it might be the product of a single loot bag. So early days, time will tell. Blah blah blah. So the next thing I want to start thinking about, even before we work more on the shop downstairs, is I want to get ourselves a more reliable power source and a better one. It looks like the option is Bigger Reactors, and that's pretty cool. We're gonna need a bunch of graphite. It's just a coal, or fortunately charcoal, just resmelted, it looks like. Charcoal we have, and quick smelting ability we also have. So we're just gonna throw a bunch of this up there. I don't know how much we're gonna need, but we'll find out. The reactor itself is a multi-block structure made out of a lot of these blocks, but mostly reactor casing. We are going to want some reactor glass. I don't know if that's going to be enough. We'll find out. We're going to put it underneath all this. I do have a plan to make this nice. It's not just going to be a reactor and a bunch of dirt. We're going to do 7 by 7. I don't know how big you can make these. You can certainly do a 3 by 3 one with just one fuel rod inside. That's a sentence that will become more clear after we lay this part of it out. Okay, so we got like a 7 by 7 box here. And we're going to put a bunch of reactor glass in, which makes a nice connected texture. Alright, we're 4 glass short, but we're going to have other stuff in the walls here, so I think that's fine. Now we're going to need 2 access ports, and just more casing, pistons, and chests. We'll go ahead and craft those up. We're also going to need 1 terminal. Oh, we need some more uranium. Simple, simple. Here we go. We're going to need 2 power taps. We're going to need, where are the fuel rods? We're going to need 25 of these boys here. All right, and each one is 6 iron. I'm really glad we didn't sleep on that iron farm. That's pretty cool. We're also going to need some fuel rod controllers. They're here somewhere. Terminal. Control rods. This is what we need. We're going to need 5 of these. So we'll go ahead and make these. Oh, we still need uranium again. You can see this is not a cheap endeavor. Really, with a small one like a 3 by 3, I think is as small as you can go. It's not that expensive, but the investment's worth it. Now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna put our access ports on this side. It doesn't really matter where you place these. we're gonna put, where's our terminal? Right here. And we're gonna put some power taps over here. I don't know if it still matters which way you place them. It doesn't look like it does it? We're gonna put our control rod, our fuel rods in a pattern like this, just kind of 5 by 5. And before I go too bananas with the fuel rods, we are gonna need some coolant in here. That's a terrible spot for both of those. You can use a lot of stuff as a coolant. Not limited to, but including like blocks of iron. A lot of modded blocks have different properties as coolant. Basically, my understanding is if you look on the old FTB wiki, what is available there for bigger... Oh, we're going to have to seal this up, aren't we? What's available there for the Bigger Reactors mod is all still true, but many of the things are no longer available. Like, for instance, in this pack, we don't have any liquid endarium, so we can't use it. And I don't even know if that liquid is coming back to thermal. Boy, I did something wrong here. Now, solid blocks are fine, and some of them I think are actually better than using water as a liquid, but I like to be able to see what's going on in here. So we're gonna go ahead and use water. All right. I think that's water source all around. And then we're gonna cap them with these control rods and fill in the remaining gaps with some reactor casing. And when we do, we should have a multi-block assemble, just like that. Wonderful. Now these fuel rods are cool. Right now, they work just like they do in real life. And you can kind of see it coming down. We're going to control shift. Wonderful. We're going to insert, because we don't need much power right now, we're going to take all 5 of them and insert the rods all the way in. When they're all the way in, they won't produce any power at all. They also won't burn any fuel. We're going to retract it, the central rod, by 5%, and see what that does for us. I don't know how I ended up with water out here. But to do that, we're going to need some fuel. Now, I don't actually know whether or not we need chests to, or we need pipes, I mean, to pump in and out, but I aim to find out. Let's just throw some uranium in there. And input, yes. We don't want it to output anything. It's not taking any of the stuff. We're going to do the same. This is going to be output. We're going to do the same test here. This clearly needs a pipe, though, because I don't want to just put it in there manually. So we'll take one of our handy-dandy item pipes and a pipe wrench, and we'll set it to extract. Throw a little uranium in, and in it goes. Now, if you click on your terminal, you'll see you'll get an idea what it's doing. Doesn't look like it's actually producing any RF yet, and it's kind of still mixing the fuel, I guess. This has to do with well, we'll get into that when we actually start producing some. Was it cyanide still? Plutonium. Okay, so we've got all the fuel mix. Now, if we were to turn this online, we'd see the fuel heat and the case heat start to change. And it's the difference between these two that produces RF. I guess this thing holds quite a bit. Just just as a battery, which is kind of pretty cool. 21.8 mega RF, maybe? I don't know what it stands for. It's a lot. You can see we're getting quite a bit very quickly. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to move our battery. We're going to have our battery, let's say, oh, the lag is real. Let's say whoops, my jetpack's still on. Let's say right here. And we're going to break in down here. Break that glass block so we know where to go. And we're going to take some of these energy pipes. And wow, it seems to be producing a lot of energy very quickly. I'm going to set this to extract. Oh, yep, these will work. We saw the green light. This is such a cool mod. I've always loved this mod. Actually, I think it was Big Reactors that I loved originally. By a modder known apparently as erogenous beef, which are more appetizing sounding things. Mod's great though. Kind of a port of it. So we'll just run our cable over, and now we should see power still coming in here, fast as the pipe can transfer it. Let's throw our jetpack in. Charge it up a little bit more. Okay, now I can see it filling up at a pretty good clip. Now, of course, I believe we can upgrade the energy pipes in the same way that we could upgrade the item in the fluid pipe. So let's see if that's true. So as we're watching this, like each time it refreshes, it goes up 1 or 2. Is that 1,000? That's 1,000. 1 or 2,000 per update. This is not going to be the most scientific thing in the world, folks. So let's go ahead and we'll put one of these advanced pipe upgrades in, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, now it's full. And it's staying full as it's charging the jetpack, so I'd call that a success. Okay, I switched the rod up so that only 1% of that rod's capacity is burning fuel. Let's see. Okay, so even at the lowest possible setting in terms of fuel consumption in there, this is receiving power faster than it can give it to something to something that is charging. So that looks good. Oh, okay. We may finally have found a limit. I might be wrong about take it out. How fast does it charge? Really fast. So we'll raise the fuel rod up just by 1. Put the jetpack on. And see how we're doing now. Okay, so we need some more. Those pipes must have had an internal buffer of energy. Let's go up 1 more. We'll find the sweet spot here pretty easily, I'm sure. Well, that's trucking, isn't it? Very slowly going down. Okay, so in fact 5% will fill this and fill the pipes buffer, but it's not enough to really keep the jetpack charging consistently, but I think that's going to be okay. I'm going to put a little more fuel in here. used up some. Now let's see, are we getting waste? Waste ejection is enabled. What happens if we manually eject it? Still didn't get any. We might not have enough for completing it yet. We may have also been using the internal buffer here. That's on the menu. We're apparently doing well enough here that that these are actually drawing more power than this is currently producing. So at least we're efficient on the transport. So what about our sweet windmills? What are they gonna do? I got a plan. We're gonna go ahead and make ourselves some powered lanterns from immersive engineering. The first thing we're gonna need are some vacuum tubes, and for that we'll need the blueprint. Just some blue dye, some paper, a little bit of metal, and we got it. I'll take this one out, put this one in. Can I put this here? I can. Now we will need copper wire for this thing, so I do want to see if we can. Is it? Yeah, there we go. Okay, we just need to have it all in the same inventory slot. I do want to see if we can just make wire with this and ingots. I don't know the answer to that question, but we're about to find out. Oh, lag, 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 lag. Get that under there. Now let's throw an ingot down here and see what happens. Oh, that's the that's the wrong one. Let's try that again. Well, now at least we have a plate. Sure looks good. Yeah, that'll make us some wire. That's awesome. Or it could just bork out. Do I have my hammer? I should have my hammer. We'll reassemble this. Makes me nervous. Put that back down there. I want to say we right-click the piston. Yeah. I don't know why it did that. That's not a good sign. Okay, right now there's nothing there for it to do. Boy, it seemed fine before. It doesn't like it now. Takes it. Isn't that weird? Oh, now it doesn't work. Oh, it doesn't have power. That's what's happening. Let's see. We want to make the top extract, right? Set it. Okay, now we're doing fine. That's all that was wrong. Unfamiliar mechanics. Once we get some more dimensional shards, we'll have to go ahead and set up the, I think RF storage adds a multi-block power storage that I think will do us a kindness here. Let's see if I understand the recipe. I want to say it's the glass, copper wire, the redstone. Oh, I've forgotten something. Let's see. Oh, and nickel plates. That's no big deal. Okay, this will give us some vacuum tubes. Very nice. I think we're finally ready here. Some iron plates, glass panes, and some redstones. We'll get some powered lanterns. And these things are cool. As you might expect from the name, they require power to operate, but they work as relays if I understand properly. And they prevent monster spawning in a very large area. So if we were to put this thing right here, and let's say try to connect from here to here. Now it's on. And we'll of course want to connect up its friends here. And we got one up here. We'll turn on our F7. And you can see it's a It's a pretty significant area. We're going to do the same here. See how we do. Come on. Love that magnet. Yeah, now we're talking. We're going to want to do the same right over here. And we'll hook this guy up like so. Oh, I didn't hit it here, I guess. Cannot attach a wire to the same spot. Linking. There we go. Another one down here. You get the general idea. And we'll make some more sooner or later, but for the time being, these will really help keep it safer around here. They got a pretty good range. It's supposed to be 16 blocks. I don't know. Doesn't look like quite like 16 blocks, does it? Maybe it's a 16 block radius. But they're, they look cool and they do the trick. Now that we got some decent power, I want to work on kind of expanding the shop, making it more what it's going to look like, adding some more machines from immersive engineering, but that's going to be a pretty big project. So I think we're actually going to call the episode here. It was a little bit short, sorry about that, but next time we're here, we'll be doing quite a bit. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.